Ever since I was a little girl, I knew I wanted to be a singer. There was never any other path for me. That was it. And I've always wanted to be the kind of singer who inspires people and encourages people with their music. And when I was about 19 years old, I'm 25 now, I started to step into that dream, and I was working hard, and I was writing songs and recording, and some doors started to open up for me, and one of those being American Idol, season 11. I made it to Hollywood Week, and things were just starting to really look up for me, and my future was looking bright, and just as I was starting to step into those dreams, something hit me like a ton of bricks. I was diagnosed with Graves' disease, and that's a disease of an overactive thyroid, and it just causes a lot of issues for your body as a whole, one of them being kind of a dangerously high heart rate, among many other things. And long story short, I went through years of medications and treatments, and nothing was really working for me, and I even ended up having some pretty serious and high-risk surgeries, which is a story for another day. And I basically was having to put my dreams that I had always had on the back burner during that stage of life. And I started to get really frustrated, and I got really discouraged. And if I'm just going to be transparent with you, I remember looking at other people my age who were healthy and living their best life, and I would just think, why me? Why not them? Why am I sick, you know? I didn't understand, it didn't make sense to me, and it honestly didn't seem fair. And that's kind of intense, I know, but that's just truly where I was at that time in my life. And I remember one night, I was sitting in my room, and I just thought, I am the epitome of weakness right now. Physically, emotionally, socially, spiritually, I don't feel like I could get any lower. And I kind of had this moment of surrender, and I just thought, this sucks. I mean, it really does suck, and there's nothing I can do to change it. It's completely out of my hands. But what I do have control over and what I can change is my attitude and my outlook. And from that day forward, every single day when I woke up, I did my best to choose joy. Even if things still sucked, and no matter what was going on, I just chose joy. And I started to see this shift in my life, and I was happier. And it had nothing to do with, my situation getting better. It was just that I chose joy, and I chose to be happy no matter what was happening around me or to me. And I started to see how I was growing through this trial, and it was making me stronger. I heard a quote once, and I love it, that a hard fall means a high bounce if you're made of the right stuff. And I truly have bounced back. I stand here years later, and I look back on what I went through during those years, and it was hard. I mean, there's no denying that. But I wouldn't change it for the world, and I never thought I'd hear myself say that. But I see how it made me the woman I am standing here today. It made me stronger. I'm more compassionate now. I'm a better songwriter because my songs have more depth, they have more meaning because I went through something. I just want to encourage anybody today who's facing a trial, and if it's not you, it's the person next to you, because we all go through stuff, right? Don't give up. Don't stop fighting. It's impossible to see sometimes, but there's something so much better and bigger waiting on the other side of this mountain that you're facing. So just don't give up. I wrote a song about this time in my life, and it's about just finding that spark of passion and fight and that light inside of you, even on your darkest night. And it's called Ignite, and I hope it inspires you. A broken record, stuck on the same sad song, but you keep on believing that it won't play out wrong. There's nothing that you haven't seen life through at you, oh, but you're a fighter, oh yeah, you're a fighter. I know you'll make it through. I've seen the strength in you, even on your darkest nights. You're burning bright. There's fire in your eyes. Shine your light and find that spark inside. Oh, ignite. Oh, ignite. You're rising from the ashes of all your fears and doubts. Just let your flame go higher and higher. You've come too far to give up now. Yeah, there's nothing that you haven't seen life through at you, oh, but you're a fighter, oh, yeah, you're a fighter. I know you'll make it through. I've seen the strength in you, even on your darkest nights. You're burning bright. There's fire in your eyes. Shine your light and find that spark inside. Oh, ignite. Oh, you're a fighter, oh yeah, you're a fighter. Oh, you're burning bright. There's fire in your eyes. Shine your light and find that spark inside. Burning bright. There's fire in your eyes. Shine your light and find that spark inside. Oh, ignite. Oh, you're a fighter, oh yeah, you're a fighter.